We had sexuality.
This is gonna be a make-believe, okay?
The second coming of Nick.
What's up, guys?
And a long-awaited question.
You know I'm an ordained minister.
Oh, are you?
This is your The Bachelor Greatest Seasons Ever, Season 1, Episode 2 recap. Grab your glasses. It's time for Roses and Rosé. Hi, everybody. It's me, Lauren Zima. And I'm coming to you guys from my apartment. Yes, we are still being quarantine chic, but I have moved to my apartment to film Roses and Rosé. It's giving us a beautiful space, giving us a different vibe, giving us very blank walls, I will admit. I had moved in here just before the pandemic hit, so haven't had a ton of moments to decorate, and we've added some pops of red, some flowers, and most importantly, we have wine. I have a cool new wine glass, very exciting. I do have some ice in it because, well, I forgot to put this in the refrigerator, but whatever. We gotta keep on keeping on and doing our best, everybody. Okay, so this is The Bachelor GOAT, the greatest of all time.
The Bachelor, the greatest seasons ever.
The greatest seasons ever, and you know what else is great? Pouring it right to the top. It's a skill I have. I don't know if I should be proud of it. Okay. Also, everybody, if I'm moving very strangely, I slept on my neck real weird, and this is all I got. That's all I got. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2.
Let's get to it. Hi, babes. I'm coming to you guys with a vlog from my car. I'm a mess right now. I need coffee. But I just wanted to, in the moment, react to Matt James being the Bachelor. The announcement is such a moment of happiness. I want to soak that in for many reasons. One, because Matt himself, I think, is awesome, you guys.
Matt for Bachelor, I'm ready.
I actually interviewed him before Claire's season was about to start production because he was going to be one of the contestants. And I was so impressed with him in that interview. It was his first interview, and a lot of people get nervous, and I understand that, but he was dynamic and he had awesome answers. So I actually said in that moment, Matt for Bachelor. I will post that. And also because Matt's going to be the first Black Bachelor, and this is long overdue. And I think and I hope that this will mean evolution for the franchise. I just am happy about this, and I think it's a good step, and that's what we've got to take. We've got to take steps forward, growth and change, and move forward positively. So that's what I'm feeling in this moment. And again, I think Matt's gonna be awesome. Let me know what you guys think of Matt. Let me know in the comments below. I really need coffee. I love you guys so much. Bye. But also, I'll see you in a minute for Roses and Rosé. Yay, bye.
Welcome.
Bye.
This is different.
On this season of The Bachelorette, Kaitlyn Bristow's season, you might not remember, but in the beginning, we had a lot of bachelorettes. Yes, this was the one season ever where we've started with not one, but 2 leads. So right off the bat, don't drink for every lead.
I'm ready.
So we had Kaitlyn Bristow and Britt Nilsson, I think was her last name. And I guess technically neither of them had been given the title of Bachelorette yet. The premise was that on night 1, the men would all vote, of course with roses, and choose which woman would be the Bachelorette. And Kaitlyn has said she didn't love that. And I don't blame her. This is good. Lauren, stop turning your neck so quickly. Take it slow, okay? But I do raise my glass to whoever took the time to literally make a rose-shaped cutout in those rose voting boxes. The detail. So it was woman versus woman, and it was awkward. They're both arriving at the mansion, and Kaitlyn's face is saying it all. And then the men are arriving at the mansion, and Ben Higgins' face is saying it all. Really, it's awkward at best.
Well, this is awkward.
But long story short, because this show is the Cliff's Notes of these seasons, and you know, we actually know the outcome anyway, so spoiler alert, but not really, Britt is not the Bachelorette. And Chris Harrison had to give her that news, didn't he?
Unfortunately, you're not going to be the Bachelorette. Sorry.
And you know, we're whipping through the highlights, and on this season, a lot of the highlights were awkward. Like this iconic group date where the men had to teach sex education to children.
Girls, don't be freaked out, but the lining of your uterus is gonna shed. It kind of like dies.
Now, luckily, thank God, these kids were child actors. Because don't drink for every, frankly, horrifying explanation that was given.
Right here is the vagina.
A condom is actually something that the boy will.
This is gonna be a make-believe, okay?
But one guy who wasn't bad, and I couldn't believe it. Were you surprised by it? Ben Higgins!
In the beginning, two people fall in love.
Yes, Ben Higgins was a standout on Caitlyn's season, and he even stood out on this group date by standing up and making himself a human sperm.
There's one lucky one, me, today.
Yes, Ben was a sperm, and he told everyone Caitlyn was an ovary,
There's a nice circle around Caitlyn right here.
and then they came at each other.
At this point, it's the start of real human beings, okay?
And that's sex education. But he did the best, and he even had a big finish. There's no way to say that. Nice dip.
Was that all right?
He was innocent, okay? He gave Caitlyn a really beautiful kind of cinematic dip. Ow, my neck. This is as much as I can dip. Kiss. It was a cinematic moment. But this show isn't just a look back, it's a catch up. So we've got the sperm, I mean Ben Higgins, on a Zoom.
Absolutely fantastic.
Those sperm, they just zoom around. And don't drink every time Ben and Chris drop some knowledge during this Zoom call. Some bizarre.
I was actually a sex ed minor in college.
What?
It's just bizarre because of all people, it's Ben.
I guess that's great if you're gonna go on a Bachelor or Bachelorette show, you know? You're like, I am super prepared for the fantasy suites. You're like, I literally studied for this. And like, I have a degree to be here. But look, if you thought on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette we moved from person to person real quick, this is a recap show, so goodbye, Ben. Let's talk about Jared. And by the way, are you guys liking The Bachelor Greatest Seasons Ever? Go to Bachelor Greatest of All Time, whatever this show is called.
The Bachelor, the greatest seasons ever.
Let me know in the comments below. So obviously Jared is now married to Ashley I. And you know, The Bachelor is a franchise that's full of crossover, isn't it? And it's lovely when that crossover works out because Ashley I and Caitlyn B actually both knew each other from Chris Soules' season, and then Jared dated Caitlyn on her season, and then now Jared is married to Ashley I. So it's like a Bachelor up family tree. Cheers. I love it. I love love, and the people found love.
It's weird to think about where it all started.
What I do like is catching up with people, and it's just like, how are you? I'm happy. Because we know Jared and Ashley are happy. They're married right now because of the quarantine. They are staying with her parents. As for Ashley, you know, her husband Jared has to talk about dating her friend Caitlyn right now, and don't drink every time she said, it's fine.
I think there was a time we thought, this may be the guy.
I mean, it's okay. That's fine.
Well, whatever. One woman man.
It's fine, babe. It's fine.
But wow, if we hadn't talked about sex enough yet, now we're just gonna catch up with Ashley and Jared on their sex lives.
How do those intimate moments go?
They said they're having to be, and I quote, quietly intimate, staying with her parents during the quarantine.
Quietly?
Did we need that?
Our parents are probably gonna watch this.
No judgment. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Sure. I hope we get a Jared and Ashley baby out of it. Just saying. But now on to a different relationship, an iconic bromance. Clint and JJ, do you guys remember these two? It was kind of like a blonde Gaston and a bad Prince Eric. They were bros, they loved each other, but they were villains. Don't drink for every bromantic moment between these two.
You own me now, and you hold my wrist down, but
we're the smartest. We're the brainiacs.
Yeah.
Turtles are awesome. They're the coolest. I love turtles.
But as bro-y and showy and go-y as Clint and JJ were, there was a lesson in all this, everybody. If you're going to say villains got a vil,
Villains got a vil.
you gotta know that when you gotta go, your bro might show his super dark and backstabbing colors.
I think you should say sorry to all of us right now. I think that needs to be said.
Yes, Kaitlyn Bristowe sent Clint home. JJ threw him under the bus, said he needed to apologize to everyone, and then, this was dark.
Sorry for doing that.
Don't touch me. Okay. I just went in there and I asked you to back me up. You didn't do.
JJ cried when Clint left. And that's tough enough. But then, in a moment I do remember, he slapped himself in the face to stop himself from crying.
Son of a bitch.
Don't do that. Embrace the feels. Allow the emotions. I always say, feel it well, but do not dwell. Have the moment and then move on. But like all that aside, don't hit yourself in the face. I know JJ's now met someone and I think he's either engaged or married. He's happy, so good for him. Okay. And now we are zooming back over to the Zooms. We've had a lot of questionably iconic duos on this episode. Kaitlyn and Britt, JJ and Clint, and now Hannah Ann and Madison.
We have definitely had some big moments together.
Yes, we are catching up with Peter Weber's two most recent exes. And you know, what did you guys think of the conversation they had with Chris? I thought it was great. He asked Madison if she still had any feelings about Barb.
And what's your thought on Barb, how you were treated?
Because on the premiere, Barb appeared with Peter and Kelly Flanagan, and she did a cheerleading chant supporting their relationship.
Give me a K, give me an E, an L, L, E, Y.
And we all know what Barb's thoughts on Peter's relationship with Madison were.
Oh, it's not gonna work.
But you know, Madison said, hey, I've experienced growth. I don't hold any grudges. And I said, cheers to that.
There's absolutely no hard feelings there. She is a great mom, and she was just doing her job as a mom to protect her son.
And Hannah Ann and Madison said they're great friends now.
We're on great terms. We're good friends.
Cheers to growth and friendship and moving forward. So at this point, everybody, we've talked about some of the major guys on Kaitlyn's season, the front runners, the guys who she connected with, but there's something we can't forget. Nick Viall.
I looked over and I was like, hi, Nick.
Hanging out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is the second coming of Nick Viall. And you guys, the way that Nick entered was iconic. He wasn't on the season from the start. Kaitlyn and the guys had been filming for a month at this point. They go on a group date and Nick's like, hi. Shows up with Ashley, hi. And Kaitlyn did not want to say bye.
My mind is a little blown right now.
Oh, no. Yes. Don't drink for how excited Kaitlyn Bristowe was that Nick Viall was there.
Hi, Nick.
Hanging out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh, Nick.
So Kaitlyn and Nick said that after Nick was on Andy Dorfman's season, they had been flirting.
Nick and I talked a couple times over text.
Don't drink for every face the guys make when they find out that Nick Viall is here for a while.
Like he's here. I realize that's gonna cause some serious problems.
We all put our lives on hold. If Nick V does show up, I don't think any of the guys are going to take a liking to him coming in.
So Nick enters the room, and there's an awkward silence.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh, I wish I had more ice. I can get more. I'm in my home. Okay, we're not in a studio. I'll be back, everybody. Just a second. Luckily, I'm in a wireless microphone, so you can still hear what I'm saying. I'm back! Kind of like this. Getting convenient. Okay. Are you guys liking being at home at this point? Has it sunk in? Have you adjusted? Or are you ready to break free? Let me know in the comments below.
What's up, guys?
Nick enters the room with the guys, and there's an awkward silence. But what's worse is that when he starts going on the group dates,
Caitlin, I love your smile.
he does things like sing.
I hope I stick around for a while.
And I gotta admit, I didn't know Nick's voice was that bad.
It gives me such a huge...
I'm gonna have to ask him if he was like faking that. The thing is, you guys, we must remember, villain's got a vil.
Villain's got a vil.
Nick Viall was kind of a vil at this point.
This guy's full of
I mean, at the time, everyone thought Nick was bad. Don't drink for everyone who said Nick was bad.
This guy's full of
Nothing about him is good.
He's just a pompous, arrogant guy.
Everyone, now I must set my glass down because I have to prepare for what is one of the strangest, wildest, fucking weirdest moments in Bachelor franchise history. And I wasn't doing Roses and Rosé during Caitlin's season, so I've never spoken about it before. And it is the moment I call the door. The door closed. Caitlin and Nick were behind it. And what we heard were words. Questionable words. Confusing words. Super weird words.
I never want this to end.
I know.
I want to know every part of you.
Why?
I never want this to end.
I'm not, like, look, hook up, do whatever you want to do. It's just, it's a thing to have said.
I want to know every part of you.
I don't know what it means. It was a cinematic choice to close the door and for us to just hear the full sentences.
I want to know every part of you.
Okay. Yeah. Now look, that moment was wonderfully weird and unforgettable, but it was also at the time very controversial. Caitlin got a lot of hate for it, a lot of judgment, essentially because she was a woman who had sex before the fantasy suites on the show. And I just want to throw my support behind Caitlin, and we're all here to say that wasn't fair. But enough about Nick. What about Sean?
Are you nervous right now?
Yes, Caitlin Bristowe had told Sean Booth he was the one. But then her and Nick went behind that door. So she had to tell Sean. Oh God, this is so awkward.
It's hard for me to admit it, but we had sex.
Yeah. Oh, I just kind of started singing the Jaws theme song without even knowing. Na, 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 na. moment between Caitlyn and Sean. And ultimately, it's down to Nick and Sean in the end. And for some reason, we went back to the mansions for the proposals, which I didn't remember. Did they always used to do that? Let me know in the comments below.
I look at you and I have such confidence in you and us.
And beardless Nick is going to propose. And don't drink every time, he said Caitlyn is the one.
I absolutely see a future with Caitlyn. It's become increasingly harder and harder to see it go any other way other than ending up with Caitlyn. Like, I'm not ready to let you go. And I don't want to let us go. You know, I am yours forever if you'll have me.
Oh God, in Caitlyn's face. Oh, and it's just like, when's she going to stop it? And then she does.
Caitlyn, no? All right.
And Nick's not happy. We can't blame him. And yes, this is a highlights Cliff's Notes show, but they're gonna play this whole breakup. Oh, she's crying. He's calling her out.
You took things from me.
That was because it was real to me in those moments.
It wasn't that real.
And he drops on her this sentence.
Listen, if you were in love with me, we would be having a different conversation.
I don't think that's true.
I don't really think either of them is wrong here. Do you? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, but Nick Viola's good TV. Because before he left, he threw the ring. And not even one ring, but two. Because he had the one he was going to propose with, and one that he bought for Caitlyn as like a memento in Ireland. He threw two rings.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy?
And now back to the sperm Zoom call. And again, Nick is good TV. We get a reveal. Nick tells everyone that back in the day when Caitlyn was still questionably the Bachelorette, when it was both her and Britt and they were going to be pitted against each other on night 1 of the new season of The Bachelorette, that before that they went on the show Jimmy Kimmel Live, because Jimmy Kimmel is on ABC. It's an affiliated network with the show, of course. And so Jimmy Kimmel always interviews the new Bachelorette. So Caitlyn and Britt went on the show and Nick reveals that Caitlyn gave him a secret signal.
Caitlyn gave you a sign.
She's like, I'm about to go on stage.
It was weird, wasn't it? I guess because Caitlyn and Nick had been talking on social media, she told him that she would send him a sign that she was thinking of him when she went on Jimmy Kimmel. And the sign was this.
She's like, I'm about to go on stage. I'm going to kiss my finger.
So weird.
Great. How's it gonna work? Do you know the guys are going to
touches her lips?
Why not something more natural, like, what is that? I don't know. Why do people do that? Does anyone have a better signal suggestion? Let me know in the comments below. And really, don't drink for every reveal from Nick. He also tells us that not only did he and Caitlyn use social media,
We talked a couple times over text.
they also used email to exchange love letters from him to her.
They're even. I had told her that I was going to email her while she was filming the show.
And the reveal that I felt was the wildest. Nick admits that when Caitlyn broke up with him, he wanted to, and I quote, push her in the pool.
In that moment when she broke up with me, I remember wanting to push her in the pool.
Great choice to not do that. But much more importantly, now Caitlyn is here with her blonde hair.
It's fun to relive it, and I'm looking at all the positives.
Now, we didn't see Sean's proposal to Caitlyn. Honestly, probably because let's save Caitlyn from that. And in another Bachelor crossover moment, Caitlyn's now dating Jason. And overall, what did you think of Caitlyn's season episode? Let me know in the comments below. But before we go, we gotta ask a big question.
You know I'm an ordained minister.
Oh, are you?
Is Jason gonna propose?
Is this happening right now?
Yes, this is.
Oh, those are my ear pods.
Oh my gosh.
And no, what Caitlyn thought was a ring box in Jason's pocket was his AirPods.
And I thought I felt a ring box and it was his AirPods.
I wouldn't do that to you again.
I only laugh about this, guys, because I've talked to Jason and Caitlin about it. They love each other. They plan to get married. It's a bit of a fake out.
In all seriousness, I do have a very, very real question for you, Caitlin.
Okay. But there was a question to be asked, and honestly, I was so happy to see this, everybody. Caitlin Bristowe grew up being a dancer. She had long wanted to go on Dancing with the Stars, and she had accused in the past Bachelor creator Mike Fleiss of stopping her from doing so. Well, guess what? Finally, Caitlin Bristowe's going on Dancing with the Stars.
Caitlin, will you be on the next season of Dancing with the Stars?
What did you guys think of this moment? I truly teared up a little bit and got goosebumps. Caitlin's worked super hard, so happy for her. And she is going to crush it.
Yes, because I need a yes or no.
Yes! 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 Oh my God, I am so honored to say yes.
I can't do any dance moves really. Like, okay. Everybody, that is it for this episode of The Bachelor. Greatest seasons of all time, greatest seasons ever, the GOAT, whatever.
The Bachelor, the greatest seasons ever.
We will be back next week for more Roses and Rosé. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Know that I am sending you my love and appreciation, and we are gonna be here every week to have a little fun together and have a smile, and I adore you all. Okay, you guys are the greatest of all time. Bye! Oh, you wanted to come here too? Look, I get it. We're like JJ and Clint, you know? Can't have one without the other. I won't backstab you, though. I'm here with you, girl. Okay. Cheers. You can't have any of this. You're not old enough. Okay. Love you. See you tonight in my dreams / nightmares.